What is up? What is up? What is up, everyone? Everyone, everyone. It is time for After Show Vibes. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. Come on in, come on in.
It's a vibe.
Hey,
Hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey. What?
hey.
What? Hey, hey. What is up, everyone, everyone, everyone? We know it ain't your normal day to see us on, but we had some other things going on them all night. But we wanted to come on and make sure y'all still got the vibe from After So Vibes.
Pew, pew, pew,
I'm up in the building
pew.
with
Pew,
my
pew.
sisters, my beautiful sisters.
Yes, yes, y'all. And you don't stop. I always wanted to do
Hey,
that.
hey, hey. So we're gonna start it off and let them introduce themselves. If y'all don't know who they are, but first off, we appreciate the fellas for coming through on last week and kicking it with us. We had a great conversation
Good
on
job.
last week, and definitely some great things were said, and we definitely appreciate y'all rocking in with us. Hello, 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 Miss Ashley. How are you? How are you? So,
Hello.
Hey.
all right. So I'm gonna let my sisters introduce themselves. We'll start it off with Sarah, and then we'll go to Tweet.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Shira Renee, your favorite Jersey girl, and I am the host of the Blemish Beauty Podcast. And today is After Show Vibes Day. Let's get it.
All right, Tweet. It's on you, sis.
What's up, everybody? It's your hostess with the most. It's your girl Tweet of Tweet Talks Podcast, available on iHeart Radio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. All right, so what's up, y'all?
All right. And as y'all already know, my name is Reverend James H. Glover III. As y'all can see, you will be seeing here shortly some rebranding of the show, where of some of the brand. You'll be seeing a little bit of rebranding going on. We're gonna go away from Reverend JC3 Ministries and go with just Reverend James H. Glover III. So, but it's still gonna be the same person. Y'all still gonna get the same energy, and you're still gonna get the same conversation. Promise y'all that. But just look out, because we're coming with some great things coming very, very soon. And tonight, y'all, we talking about what was I thinking. I mean, I think all of us have had a moment where we was just sitting there and we was like, what was I thinking? Whether that be in a relationship where you see this person that you used to date, whether they be fine or whether they be ugly, and you thinking to the back of, in the back of your head, if they fine, you thinking in the back of your head, dang, what was I thinking? When I dated you, you was not this cute. What was I thinking? Then if they ugly, you like, but what was I going through when I dated them? Or even like, if you want to take it with a friendship, what was I going through even being friends with you? Because we don't even have anything in common anymore. Or
Mm.
we could take it through spirituality. What was I going through when I was trying to do this and I knew it was out of the will of God? What was I going through at that moment? But I'm gonna let my sisters kick it off.
So when I think of what's you know what was I thinking? The first thing I think of is dealing with somebody that is not interested in the same thing that you're interested in, whether it be you want a long term or you want a short term and they want the opposite. And when that representative kind of leaves, because I believe when you first meet somebody, you meeting the representative, you're not meeting the actual person. So when that representative leaves, which is a person that kind of makes you believe that they want the same thing that you want, Or sometimes they may tell you that they don't want the same thing that you want, but they're treating you like they want the same thing that you want, whether it be long term or short term. And then you look back on it and you experience heartbreak, and you like, what was I thinking? Why was I trying to make this person really want me like that? And I know this person is not supposed to be around long term, or not supposed to be around short term. I'm supposed to stay with them. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, when you look back on the situations that you've been in life, you're like, what was I thinking?
So for me, I agree with Dawn. Usually when I hear that term, I automatically think about a relationship. Usually it's after the relationship is over and you have that time to kind of sit and think about what happened. And you notice that there were red flags in the beginning, but you was just so enamored with that person that you kind of painted them pink. So then after the fact, in hindsight, you're like, what was I thinking? Oh, that's what it was. It was either they was fine. It was either they had something good that they was giving you. It was either they had money. It was, and then all the things, all the reasons come after the fact. That's usually what happens when I think about that.
So another thing that I think of is sometimes we don't realize that people come into our lives as an assignment and not as relationship terms. You may meet somebody, and for me personally, I've met people and dated them that I knew like had major issues. They had issues that were just like Shira just said. They were red flags, but I painted them pink because I wanted them to be appealing to me. I wanted them to look good to me. So instead of me acknowledging the fact, okay, this is a red flag, this does not make me feel good. You get into this person's life and you see that they have issues, they have issues that you can't deal with. They have issues that you can only be there you can't do both. Like sometimes you can be in a relationship with somebody and you can't, they have red flags and you want to be in a relationship with them. You can't do both. Sometimes your job is to be in that person's life as strictly the assignment, to help them through whatever season they're in, to coach them through whatever season, because maybe you've been through a situation similar to theirs. And here we go thinking, oh, he's cute, she's cute, they nice to me, I like their availability, I like this, I like that. Now we're in this relationship with somebody that we assigned to help. We assigned to walk through this season. So for me, that is definitely, I've experienced something similar to that. And it's been like, what was I thinking? Like this person clearly was not a romantic interest. It was somebody that I should have been helping through that season. And we end up getting burnt at the end. Like we end up looking back at it like, what was I doing calling myself your woman? And I know that you have all these issues. Y'all ever experienced anything like that?
Definitely. Go on ahead, Sarah. I'll give my story next.
So for me, I would feel like I was the exception to the rule. I would be just enough to change the person. So I would just be like, okay, well, if I love them this way, then maybe they'll change. Or if, we get married, maybe they'll change. Or if we have the baby, maybe they'll change. But in reality, if you don't like who the person is before all of that stuff, 9 times out of 10, when all that other stuff happened, they're going to change, maybe for the better or maybe for the worse. So you have to always deal with the reality and not, like we used to say in the previous episodes, not the potential. So for me, it's like, dang, what was you thinking? Good and doggone well, you saw the potential, because the reality was just not what you wanted, and not, you kind of basically settled. So that's what I usually do.
I think for me, go on ahead. Tweet, go on ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with what she said. Like sometimes I feel like us as women, we may listen to somebody, like from a woman's perspective, you might meet somebody or date somebody that you hear a lot about the person that they was with before, and that's not you. You wouldn't do the things that this person did. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things about us that we just not going to do. We know our personality. If we don't know all of it, we know parts of it. And we know we're not going to do it. So we in this person's life, listening to their past, and we like, oh, I wouldn't do him like that. For a man, I wouldn't do her like that. I would never. I would be there for them. I would this and the other. And then you look back on it like I really wasn't put in that person's life to try and make it better in that way. Romantically, I was put there to kind of coach them through the feelings they're going through right this moment. You know what I'm saying? And we take on that type of burden because from a woman's perspective, we are nurturers. We're born to be that. Some of us dislike it after a certain amount of time, but for the for the reality of it, we think that we can fix, especially men. We get in a man's life and we be like, oh, he's this, he's that. We be like, if he be with a good woman for a little, I've heard that so many times. If he get with a good woman, he'll change. And that's not always the situation. He just gonna take his situation from you to you to you to you to you. You know what I mean? So
I think for me, there has definitely been situations where I was like, what was I thinking? There was one particular young lady that I called myself trying to date, and like, whenever we walked up in a room together, trust and believe me, it was all eyes on us. Like, legit, all eyes on us. So then it was my birthday. We go out for a birthday dinner, and as we're out for the birthday dinner, I get stopped by. After the dinner was over, I hop in the car with one of my cousins, which is like my god sister. Hop in the car with her. I'm like, and this was her first time meeting her, and I'm like, "What'd you think about her? What'd you think about her?" Now, remind you, she's younger than me. She looked at me. She said, "You really want to know what I thought about her?" I'm like, "Yeah, keep it real with me. Be honest." She said, "Baby girl ain't gonna be here for long." She said, "I give her 2 more months tops." Now, me, being stubborn, I'm trying to defend it because I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, she is beautiful. She is fine. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Like, we gonna be together forever. Whoop de whoop de whoop. And she's like, I said what I said. 2 months tops. Maybe a month and a half later, we were still. As he had moved on and is now married and all of that. Which we're still good friends, but it was like, I'm like, wow. When I look back at it now, I'm like, man, was I in love with her? Or was I in love with the attention that came because we was together? Because let's keep it real. When we walked in rooms, it was, oh, that's you? Oh, that's y'all? Like legit. It was crazy, but it's like as I've gotten older now and have experienced the real thing, I can honestly say I wasn't love, I was lust. So
that's
that
real
is what it
talk.
is.
That's real talk.
So may I ask what age or what was the pivotal moment for the switch to flick for you to be like, for both of y'all, like, nah, I'm not doing this no more. Like the SpongeBob meme, I'm about to head out. Like what event took place?
No, she
I
didn't
think
say SpongeBob. Like I literally see this meme where he
mean
closed the
like,
door. He's like,
yep, I'm gonna head out.
yeah,
I'm a parent, y'all. I got a 4-year-old.
right.
Like this. I will talk to y'all later. Yeah. But no, I think what it was, in all honesty, was we both just got real with each other and was like, yo, I don't think it was really a moment per se. I think it was just a second where we sat down and we thought and we're like, can we really see ourselves doing life together? Or do we like the idea of what it brings? And it's like after you got
So
real with it, you left it where it was.
So for me, I don't think it was a particular age. I think when I got past that club scene in my life, like, my younger years, that's what we did. We went to the club every weekend, we hung out, we had a good time, we see how many drinks we can get, somebody to buy us, or how many clubs we can go to without being tired. And I think that when I stepped back from that scene, which was when I had my child, I feel like that's when I seen things with a clearer vision. You know what I'm saying? I realized that I realized the games, and I realized the I'm want to be with somebody, or I'm assigned to their season, that season of their life. And for me, I think the most important thing that I noticed about it is it was just when it was a seasonal thing for me. I would only be able to kind of rely on this person for one point or one portion or maybe one or two portions of my life. I wasn't able to confide in them, spend quality time outside of the club. You know what I mean? It was like I was only able to deal with this person in one, as opposed to being able to deal with this person in all different areas of my life. So when I realized that what was I thinking, to me was like, if I can't deal with you and talk to you about every area of my life, then that's probably not a good thing. You know what I mean? Because that means that you're only there for, you know how, like back in the days when you in a club and you hanging out and you meet somebody and you like, okay, this is the one. Then you ready to settle down and it's like, what you doing this weekend? Oh yeah, I'm about to go hit up, just because I'm from New York and I remember Classics as being one of the spots that I went to. So when if I said, what you doing this week? Oh, we're going to hit up Classics on, what I'm saying? We're going to Boston Road to hit up Classics. It's like, okay, I thought we were settling down. Why are you still going to the club? You know what I mean? So I think that's super dope, is that when you realize that it was just, it was a phase. And it could be heartbreaking too at the same time. Because, you be thinking this is forever. Forever, ever, ever, ever.
Why was I doing that at the same time you said that? Legit. Legit. That was the first thing that came in my head.
So, I'm a person that believes you need to know a person through a few seasons. What happens if you hit a season and you don't like that person's response? Is it a deal breaker?
I'm a I believe in giving grace. So I would have to say, like, I would have to see why your response was your response. So now it depends also if I'm there for you. Like if I'm there for you in the low season, but then when I'm in the low season, you not there for me, that's definitely gonna make me feel some type of way. So, and I would definitely have to re-examine things and figure out, okay, what the next move need to be. Do I need to pull back and make sure that I'm hearing from God correctly about us, or do I need to keep my foot on the gas and keep going forward? What about you, sir?
So for me, coming from a marital standpoint, I know that marriage requires that, um, to kind of add to what James was saying in regards to giving grace. It all depends on what the situation is, but in most cases, we are supposed to give grace because seasons are temporary, they don't always last. So if it's a situation where he lost his job, I'll give you grace to see how long it takes you to readjust yourself. But if the season becomes a permanent situation, then we're gonna have to reevaluate some things. But for the most part, I definitely would give grace in the situation. How about you, Tweet?
It depends on what season it is. It's not really, I mean, it depends on what season it is. If it's a season that means a lot to me and you know that, I remember years ago when I was in a relationship and I told the person there were things that I don't stand for. There's things that just, they're no-nos to me. And which means if I tell you that there are certain things that are like no-nos for me, and those no-nos arise and you don't deal with them accordingly based on what I told you that is a no-no for me, then to me that I pay a lot of attention to things like that. And that's probably going to push me away from you a little bit, because now it's different if you don't deal with it the way we discussed and there's a reason behind it. That's different. But I think it's important to have a keen ear and listen to the other person. And if you hear the other person saying, for me, one of the things I experienced when I was in that relationship is there should be no spending the night out of the house. Simple. If something happens and you have car trouble, or some situation arises, okay, then we'll deal with that accordingly. But if I tell you that, I don't think that two people in a relationship should be, should be spending the night outside, regardless of what the situation is. If you somewhere you need to get picked up, call me. I'm going to come pick you up. If I can't come pick you up, I'm going to make sure that you get that ride. But to me, that's like a blatant disrespect to the person that you with, because you letting them know from the beginning there's certain things. And I'm a person that believes in boundaries. If I let you know what my boundaries are and you avoid respecting those boundaries, you did it on purpose. You knew, or you either didn't care enough for me to pay attention to what I was saying, to understand and know that this is what I said, that everybody has no-nos. And I think that's very important when you're in a relationship, to have that conversation before the relationship about the things that you just don't go for before. You don't wait till you get into the relationship and then start putting boundaries down as you're going along the way. Because some of us women tend to do that. We'll get in a relationship and be like, did you not put the fork in the sink? See, when I told you I don't like to wash dishes after a certain time, you can't do that. You have that conversation beforehand, and you're like, you know what, so that person can have the ability to put it in a little mental bank, and say, okay, this is what she does not like. This is what he does not like. And I think it's important to do that.
Now, y'all know it's scenario time real quick. It's about that time to bring out a scenario. So, Sarah, I'm always...
Okay, then I got a question for y'all.
Sarah, I always pick on you first. But tonight I'm going to pick on Don first.
Okay.
So, your man calls your phone. And he tells you, babe, it's getting kind of... One of my best friends from college came into town. And she wants to hang out tonight. So I'm going to hang out with her. I'm probably not going to get in till late. But, so since I'm not going to get in late, and I know you like to go to bed early, I'm going to just stay all night at her hotel. But don't worry, babe. Me and her have never done anything. That's like the homie. That's like my sister. What are you doing at that moment?
So I'm going to play Shiva right now. Yeah,
Exactly.
So
I was saying that in my head too.
Yeah. So before the party gets started, swing by here and pick you up some things that you'll need to get through the rest of the week. And then you can come back with the U-Haul. But otherwise, no. If it's a good friend, this is the thing. You know what? People feel like when
his sister.
You're right,
like
but that's
sister.
okay. One question. Number one, if that's like his sister, and you are in a relationship, and you have a mutual friend of the opposite sex, why ain't we hanging out with your sister? What's the reason? If you're in a relationship and you have a close, she just came into town. Okay, where's she at? Where we need to meet her at? If you have a close female friend,
you gotta go to work tomorrow. So
I'll be there. Don't listen. I will get there, because this is the thing. If you're in a relationship, right, and this is for everybody listening, that's right. What Ashley Sahagan says, I'm coming with you. I want to meet your best friend. Forget meet. We don't need, because see, a meet is a one-time thing. That's, hey, how you doing? This is my girlfriend. So, we all friends now. You see what I'm saying? So if you are saying that this is your sister, and I'm with you, and we're looking to be in a relationship together, because you're supposed to be you're supposed to be dating for purpose, with purpose. Right, what is your purpose, right? So if you're looking to date to marry, then I need to be knowing your friends. And I'm not saying I'm going to check her out. I'm going to have a good time and vibe, low key checking her out. But you know what I'm saying? We having a good time. There should be no. Now this is the thing. After your significant other gets to meet your friend, and if you decide, okay, hey, you at work, my homegirl saying she want to go get something to eat, or she want to go have a meal, or whatever the situation is. All right, go ahead, because I know her. I'm cool. That's different. But
Exactly. I agree with Charlie. I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree
what's he
with him.
saying?
He said, I mean, the best friend or a sister gotta meet my girlfriend point blank. No explanations. No exceptions.
Yeah,
Exactly. I
it
agree
should
with
be
that.
like that. That goes. Okay, so let me ask y'all this. When
And
we
then I
talking
got a
about,
scenario for Sarah after you
and
ask your question.
oh, well, go ahead and do that. And then no, because I'll forget.
Yeah, go on ahead, ask your question, and then I'll go to
Okay.
Sarah.
So if you are in a relationship, so let's take out the scenario we're going to hang out with her. Let's talk about the cell phone thing. So if you're around your girlfriend, do you leave your cell phone down? Do you turn it off? Do you turn it on vibrate? What do you do?
I leave it down. Yo, babe, if I get a phone call on it, yo, babe, answer our phone. See who's calling us. The code on it is blah, 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 blah. See who's calling us. I ain't got nothing to hide.
I think for me that would be giving a code and saying answer the phone. I think to me, if you pick up your phone and you can have an open conversation, because I'm gonna tell you the trick of the trade for all y'all that maybe watch, even for the fellas. So this is game recognizing game right here. So sometimes what happens is that man may have another man's name on the phone number and it really be a female. So I don't need you to do all that. Just pick up the phone and have a regular conversation. That's all. Hey, what's up? However you communicate, however you talk, just have that conversation. That's it. I don't see the point because when you're in a relationship, you want to still have your individuality. You want to still feel like you are your own person. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to give up everything. Code to my phone, you answering my phone. You ain't gonna have no friends because your female friend's gonna be like, okay, this is too much. Every time I call, I have to go through his secretary. That's what it feels like. So, what was the comments? So many people do the DNA thing nowadays, and that's kind of weird to me.
The
Oh,
do
D and
not
D.
disturb.
Yeah. I'm not. Do not disturb me. You might miss a very important call. I'm not.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. Uh, see who's
See who's
calling
calling.
us. Yes, yes. K Globe MC. I am so laughing at that. He said, "Let's see who's calling us." Please tell me when you start this pattern, James. So I don't call your phone because I can't.
No.
You
No, no, no,
hello.
no, no.
See who's call. Click. I don't have time for them, and they're trying to show their faithful thing. No, if
No,
you
no, 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 no. It's just my thing is like
you can't do so much to secure somebody else because you be doing that for the rest of your life.
my thing is this. It's not to show that I'm faithful. It's not to show them that I'm faithful. Right, right. So it's not so much to show that I'm faithful, but it's a thing of like, yo, if my phone is laying right there, and you telling me that my phone is ringing, yo, just pick it up and let them know that hey, I'll call them back when I get done doing what I'm doing. That's it. All right. So Sarah, I got one for you. Ooh, I got a real good one for you.
He kills me. He drums it up first.
All right. So here it goes. So you come home after a long day of work, and you see a car that you do not recognize in your driveway. You walk in the house. Your husband tells me you. Your husband tells you, yeah, babe, this is my homegirl from college. She came into town this weekend and she's staying all night. and I told her she didn't have to get a hotel; she could just stay with us for the weekend. And I told her she could sleep in our room. Like we'll put up a little pallet on the floor for her, and we'll be good. We'll be good, babe. We'll be good.
He's even laughing at this question.
Because I know the answer I'm gonna get. I know the answer I'm gonna get. So what are you going to do, Sarah? Do me and Tweet need to have bail money saved up for that situation?
Okay, so y'all already know you making my blood boil. I feel my blood boiling, and this is hypothetical. So first of all, if you
Thin line
my
between love and hate. Thin line between love and
okay, if you're my husband, at that point you should know me well enough to know that that is a no for me. Like I just communicate with me. Let me be the one
Thank you for
to
bringing that comment up.
make the suggestions. Oh Lord. Let me be the one to make that suggestion that she can stay with us. She ain't staying with us in our room in our bed type situation, but she going let me make that suggestion. I'm not making that suggestion, but let me be the one to make that suggestion. But if he did decide to lose his mind that day and say that to me, him and her would be escorted out nicely, and then they could go wherever they want to go.
Okay. I gotta. I'm about to twist it around a little bit. I'm gonna switch it up.
See, exactly, Ashley.
I'm gonna remix it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna remix it. So you come home, and it's your best friend's car. Your homegirl. This your homegirl. You've been cool with
Was her
since
best friend.
elementary school. This
Was
your
her best
homegirl
friend.
you've been cool with since elementary school. Like this is your ride or die.
She gonna
She
die. Yeah. Yup. Mm-hmm. Keep going. What you say? What's the rest of it?
It's a body in the trunk, son. So what you gonna be?
So she comes over there and she tells you, yeah, your man said I could stay all night. He said you wouldn't care.
Okay, listen. This is a rule of thumb that I have, and I've always been this way. There should be no person of the opposite sex in your household without you
This
being
comment,
present.
this comment right here.
That comment is
Exactly.
so true.
That's
So
what
true.
I just said. There should be no female, like no female of the opposite sex in my house if I'm not there. There should be no male of the opposite sex in my house when my husband is not there. Point blank, period. Even if there is nothing happening, just because it looks bad to avoid a conflict to arise, there should not be that type of situation ever. But if that situation did happen and she did decide to get crazy and both of them did decide to lose their mind, then we all gonna play the crazy game. And then y'all just need to have bail money because it's going to be some slow singing and flower bringing.
And flower bringing. But this is the thing. Some people are not, listen, y'all know some people are not taught certain things. And to some people, there's some females that will
Right
be like,
here.
well, he invited me over and he knew
This
it.
right here.
This
right
comment is, if this was my best friend, how am I unaware she was on the way over? This is Snake. Sorry. I know that's right. Yeah,
And she trying to get your
definitely.
man. And you know what? A lot of the times that happens because we be too mouthy. We'll sit there and we'll tell our friends how our spouses get down. And if
Yep.
they unhappy, they'll start looking
They ain't
because
even
we
got to be
really love
unhappy.
company. Oh, yeah, that
You
too.
just
And
you
that
just
starts
seem too
slithering around.
happy. You just seem too
That part.
happy. And
Yeah.
I gotta get in the midst. I gotta see what's going on here. And
Let
they
me
don't even
see if they're gonna
sometimes.
really be faithful. I hear her saying she
Yeah.
got a
But see,
faithful person.
this is
Let's
another
see how
thing.
faithful he'll be.
This is another thing. Like, I feel like this. If a man is in a relationship with a woman and he decides to sway, even for a situation just like this that we're talking about, it's not on her. He's the one in a relationship. He's the one committed. Y'all hear these Lil Kim songs? You know what I'm saying? And all the other pow pow pow. Y'all y'all hear the music. You see what I'm saying? So it's not. It's for some women. It's the competition of seeing if I can conquer. You know what I'm saying? And for the man, he has to understand that he's the one in the commitment. For the female in a relationship, she has to realize that she's in a relationship. So those are the two that need to be held accountable. This other person, yeah, of course, if they didn't know they was in a relationship, that's wrong. But they out here living their best life. They doing what they do. And some women are more attracted to a man or a woman that's in a relationship than a person that's single,
especially if they married.
especially if they married. Because they looking like, what was so good about you that this person wanted to marry you, that they fell in love with you, that they, you know what I'm saying? So they want to know. They want to get on the inside, literally,
I
and
got a
see.
scenario for James.
Oh
Uh
Lord.
oh. He said, "Oh Lord." Then I got a question for y'all.
Go on ahead.
Okay, James. So, say you in a relationship, right? And your relationship was rocky, and you guys end up breaking up. Now, her best friend starts sliding into your DMs. And she's like, "Well, I know how she did
I'm out of
you,
here, y'all. I'm out of here, y'all.
and I would never do
I'm
that
out
to
of here,
you. I
y'all.
think
I'm
you're a
out of
good
here.
man,
Bye.
and we
Bye.
should
Bye.
just,
Bye.
see how it goes. We don't have to tell her right now. Let's just go out on a date, see how it goes, see if we vibe, and take it from there." She's shooting her shot. What do you do?
First off, I'm thinking that's automatic swap. That's an automatic swap. Because why is your best friend sliding into my DMs?
Because she know you a good man, because her friend told her, but she know her friend ain't
That really
shit.
does happen. Really does. Don't get quiet,
Now,
James.
so I just knew you were gonna be mad. See how you leaned up. Exactly. 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 But uh exactly. So first thing I would do is, even though I'm not with the friend anymore, I would call her and I would let her know, yo, I'm not trying to start no mess and I'm definitely not trying to start no drama. But I'm letting you know you might want to watch your friend because she's definitely in my inbox right now trying to go out to eat. Now, if I was a typical N word, you already know I would have been down and we wouldn't even have to tell you. But since I'm not that type of dude and I'm not on that type of time, I'm just letting you know, like, look, yo, check your friend and make sure you are careful on who you put that friendship title on, because
Okay,
that
so
one
I'm
right
gonna
here
flip it
ain't
real
mine.
quick. What if y'all in a relationship and she push up while y'all in a relationship? Like, say y'all all chilling at the house, right?
Kay,
And
get your
she go,
cousin. Get your cousin, Kay. Get your
no,
cousin.
no, listen.
Get your
She
cousin. Get
y'all
your
all at the
cousin.
house, y'all chilling, right? And then your lady go into the room because she gonna go change, or she gonna go do something, or maybe y'all got kids or whatever the case may be, and she leave for a second. And the friend slither over and she start touching on you and just saying, James, you look really good. You smell really good. Or, since you a pastor, look, I really enjoyed that
That
sermon today,
service.
Reverend.
I enjoy that service.
It
Yeah.
touched me
Do you have
so
a YouTube
much.
page? Do you have any
Okay.
place where I can continue to contact you, Pastor? Because that word was enough, that word, I needed that word, and I need you to continue to give me that word. So, do you have a YouTube or a Facebook, Pastor, that I can continue to contact you?
See, so I'm getting double teamed tonight. I'm getting double teamed. Okay,
You don't
bet.
Because
got your man
listen,
cave
when you,
tonight.
yes,
Charlie, jump on here. I'm about to give you
and
the
when you,
link. Jump on here. No, because what the ain't about to do, I'm about to
because
send you
when
the
you
link,
are,
bruh.
the reality of when you are a person, man or woman of the cloth, you are people, just like what Charlie said in the comments. The best friend was scouting you all along. That's right. So they're paying attention to you. They're listening to your word. They're watching how you move, and they're looking to be able to jump into the kill. Yes, men are predators, but there are some women that have taken on that role. Okay, and they enjoy it. It's like a game. It's like a sport. So yeah, she bold. But listen,
Dang,
I got
sorry,
male
everybody.
friends.
Dang it. Dang it. Dang it.
I
You
I
better
had the
go check
opportunity to talk to a
Tori.
lot of guy,
Oh,
guys,
Billy? Really?
and a lot of men tell me about how bold women are nowadays. So
Don, look. No, Kay, I sent
can you help
you
me lift you
to
up?
get
That's
her.
right. There you go. Can you help? Can you what? Can you keep lifted me up in prayers after hours, Rev? Yes, yes. Those are some of the things they come across
Look,
with.
Kay, I
Hold
told you to
on.
get
How
your
you gonna
cousin.
That's all right. How you gonna respond, Pastor?
Dang, I was hoping y'all would have forgotten that.
No.
So, how am I gonna respond to this? How am I gonna respond to the scenario or that question?
Both.
How you gonna respond to the scenario? Because I mean, this is what happens. There's predators
So,
in the church.
what I would do is first thing I would do is I would tell her, yes, we can definitely pray for you.
Notice the voice change, y'all.
Me and my
Yes.
wife would love to pray for you. We would
I'm
love
sorry,
to.
sir. Is she ordained? Is she ordained? Is she a pastor? Is she? Is she? I
She
mean,
don't have to be
why?
ordained to pray for you.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
She is anointed and appointed to lay them hands at any given time.
Come
And
on
I'm not
now. I
But
talking
hear
she
about
you.
want
just
to know,
holy.
are you anointed and appointed to lay them hands
Mm.
at any time?
Can you bless me with holy water? Wow! Charlie, bruh! 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 Dang!
Go
But
ahead, y'all.
um, the answer to that question would be out of respect for your best friend. I feel like that is a conversation that we should not be having.
Super dope. Good job on that one. Yeah.
And to answer this question, can and to answer this one, can you keep me lifted in prayer after hours, Rev? Yeah, I can. I will definitely pray for you, but that does not mean that we have to be in the same vicinity for me to pray over you.
Yeah. That's dope. So I got a question for y'all. So how do you retract your steps of a what was you thinking situation, whether it be a male or female? How do you retract that situation? Like you dealing with somebody that you like currently that you just don't see like that it's working. It's going in a direction that you're looking for. It's going in a direction that you want. It's going in any direction. How do you retract that? Because the thing is, let me explain it a little bit more. The thing is, as Christians, people think that we are supposed to settle things and deal with things a certain way all the time. So, how do you retract your steps when you are in a situation? It could be relationship, friendship, situationship, and you want to you just not feeling it no more. You don't want it no more. You want to step back. What are some ways that I mean, from your experience or in general, how you would handle that?
I'll let Sheila go first.
Okay, so what I used to do, I used to just ghost them. I I just ghosted them. But
Listen,
now, now that I'm older and a little more, just a little bit more mature, um, I have chosen to take the higher approach and have a conversation and just say, hey, listen, this is not X, Y, and Z. Because a lot of the times people will walk around like they crap don't stink because nobody told them that they stink. So at least you'll know that it stunk on my end. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody else might like that smell. Me personally, it don't work out. So, I would do that just for their mental because that's been done to me. And I didn't like that feeling, me being anxious. I'm thinking, oh, it's me, and the whole time it's the other person. So you don't know what ghosting or having a negative effect on that person can cause them, like what spiral it'll cause them to go down. You never know what your presence would or absence would do to their mental state.
James.
I think what I would do is I would like my sister said, I would retract and think back on where I was at in that situation when I first met them, what it was about them that immediately made me fall for them. Because sometimes what has happened is we could be dealing with trauma, and that person's trauma that they're dealing with is looking familiar to us because it's something that we have dealt with too. So what we do is we fall in love with the trauma and not the person, and because of the fact that we have linked and we have became gotten into soul ties. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all continue. I'll be right back. Hold on.
That was the pastor talk. You heard that, soul ties? Let's go.
Mhm.
How about you,
S-
sweet?
So for me, um, I'm still into the. I mean, this is my thing. I'm not gonna say I'm still into ghosting, but if I'm dealing with you and I tell you, you know, listen, if anybody ghosts you, for anybody listening, they have told you, they have talked to you, they have mentioned, even mentioned the issue that they have with you. Okay. So when you hear these things, they're letting you know, that's the warning. That's the warning. They're letting you know, listen, there's some issues and they may let you know again. In most cases, you let them know more than once. But if I feel like you're not paying anything that I'm saying any attention, then yeah, I'm gonna have to ghost because what you telling me is what I'm saying to you, and I'm not saying it when I say it to you that you have to do it. I think there needs to be a conversation about how we can make it better. There should be some actions followed on both people's part about how we're gonna make things better. And once we do that, then everything's all good. But if I see there's no conversation and open dialogue, that there's no action towards things being better, then yeah, I'm gonna ghost you. Because that you telling me by your actions, you can't go by what the person's telling you. They like you, okay, and they treat you like trash. They love you, they treat you like trash. I want to spend more time around you, but you never see them. No, actions speak louder than words. So if you telling me all these things, I should see them and not just hear them. It's easy to open your mouth and say anything. So I'm gonna ghost you. Yeah, I'm gonna disappear because I don't play a important role in your life anyway by your actions. Yeah.
You know what, too? Time is too short now, especially with, us getting older. We have more days behind us than we do in front of us, right? So, with that being said, nobody got time to be playing with nobody. Say what you
Mm-mm.
mean what you say, and let your actions match. You know, that's it. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah. And then we live. Listen, we live in 2024. People is out here running game like crazy. They running game. They will get with you and tell you their scenario of a situation. And if you had the opportunity, even when we think about what was I thinking, you get with somebody and they tell you a scenario. You don't know the other person's side of the story. All you hearing is what they telling you. Then you get with them. You skipping down a yellow brick road. Y'all in love. Y'all are happy. And then you start seeing this person be who this other person left alone. They walked away for a reason. So you have to, get to know a person through different seasons before you commit because people will tell you anything to get you in their good graces.
So
And some people are professional at it.
I want to respond to Kay's comment coming from a marital perspective. So she said, I feel this conversation can be super relevant in marriage since people change and grow all the time. You have to calibrate. And that's true because who you are in the beginning, you definitely are not the same person 5 years from now, 7 years from now. And that's when you have to both make the decision that the commitment is more important than the change. The end goal and what you attempted to achieve is more important than what's going on. So you got to keep that at the forefront of your mind and still say, this is still my partner. This is still, maybe they're just having a bad, season or this, that, and the third, especially if they get sick, especially if you get pregnant, you have kids, your hormones change. You might have been this horny teenager in the beginning. And then after you have Lil Ray Ray and whoever, your emotions and sex drive plummets, right? So you just gotta be best friends and just continue to communicate. And I think it'll all go together. Just like who was it? Barack and Michelle. They've been together 30, I think she said 30 some years. She said 10 out of them years she ain't even like him.
She
Because
so
they
did
had the
say
kids.
that.
Yeah, like because they had
She
kids.
did.
And when you have younger children, it requires a lot from you. And that caused her to have resentment because it was like, yo, he not here to help me with these kids. But at the same time, that was her best friend. That was her teammate. She was like, it was kind of rough for a while, but they stuck it out because they knew the end goal was better than the little setback that they were having at that appointed time. James, you on mute. We can't hear you.
My bad, y'all. But yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, you have to. I think sometimes what has happened too is that we get in such a rush to get to the finish line, which the finish line for some could be in a relationship, the finish line for some could be marriage, whatever that finish line is, we get in a rush to try to get there. And we skip steps because we in such a rush trying to get there. We skip over the getting to know you stage. And trust me, I'm preaching to myself too. Like we skip over the getting to know you stage because we're so quick to try to, yo, I know this is the one that God asked for me. Okay, if this is the one that God asked for you, they ain't going nowhere. Just be patient.
So we got a comment here, y'all, from Charlie. But what if they're not letting you prove your point of missing them or doing for them? I don't
That's
think I
when
understand that.
I think what he's saying is like, what do you do when they are not letting you prove to them that you miss them or are letting you do little bitty things for them? Because coming from a man's perspective, with some of y'all women, y'all have been single for so long and have been mo- with if y'all have children, y'all have been mama and daddy. Plus, on top of that, y'all have been the one running the household. Plus, on top of that, y'all have been Mrs. Fix It. So then, when y'all get a man that's coming along and saying, "Babe, let me handle that," y'all have had to be hard for so long that y'all don't know how to be weak. Y'all not weak, but y'all don't know how to rest in your femininity because of the fact of having to be hard for so long.
So I think it's important for you're correct. You're correct. And just to add a little bit more roles in there, let's talk about being a therapist. Let's be the late night nurse for the children. We have to be the strength for the family, for yourself, and for this child, and a list of other things, right? But I think when we think about feminine. Feminine is a woman polishing her nails, getting her hair done, being interested in being cute, beautiful, pretty. I think that calling a woman that is strong not feminine when she has been forced to be in that role is wrong. Is very wrong. Because you can't force a person that has you can't talk negative or name call a person that has been forced to be in a role because of the same sex. Not you per se, but women were forced to be in a situation and now men are mad because we are in this situation. Instead of understanding that this woman has had several roles, many of the roles that she's not even supposed to have, but she's handling it. the best way that she knows how to, regardless of whether it's possible or not. She's doing it. And then men get mad because we can't immediately. I say this all the time. You're always going to hear me say this. You are a product of your environment. If you have to be the doctor, the nurse, the mechanic, the therapist, and all these things, when a man comes into your life, you can't just pick up all these things that you have had to carry for many years and throw it to the side and say, now he's here. Number one, we already talked about, is trickery nowadays. And trickery has gotten so real. So this man comes in your life and he says he's the one. He's showing a little bit. He's giving you the idea that he's the one. He really loves or cares about you and your children or whatever. That doesn't mean that that's who he's going to be every day. That's who he's showing you he is now.
But see, here's the thing. Sometimes I think because of what women have been through, that sometimes they, when a man comes along and he's trying to show you that he's a real one and he's trying to ride for you and trying to be down for you, then because of what them other no good dudes did, a lot of times we have to pay for it. Which I will say on the other hand, because I'm gonna keep it real and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. Yo, there are times where y'all have to pay for things that men do that girls have done to us, because of the simple fact of we wasn't over it.
So I got a scenario for you, James.
Wait, let me
Okay.
just say this really quick before you give him a scenario. Hold it, Tweet. Hold it.
You know, I'll be like, wipe the
Yeah,
way.
hold it. So let me hurry up real quick. So we have to understand that because of the previous situations, that we have to be consistent. There is so many people that have their representatives, right? And it could last for like a month, 3 months, 6 months, or whatever. But consistency is key. If you have a puzzle and it's 100-piece puzzle, and you know what the puzzle's supposed to look like because it's on the box, but you are the person where all the pieces are scattered, it's going to take you time to get that puzzle to look like the box which you want it to look like, as opposed to when you have like a 10-piece puzzle. So if you're trying to, my point is, if you're trying to establish something as far as marriage, something long term, that's going to take you a little bit more time and consistency to show up in the same way that you consistently show up. And then after a while, the light will flick on and say, oh, okay, well, this is really who he is. This is really who she is, because it's consistent. You can't fake your true character for long. You can't do that. So if you're a a-hole, it's going to come out eventually. But if you're a good person,
Definitely.
that goodness will be consistent, and then that person will definitely be more apt to embracing who you are and embracing the space. Go ahead, Tweet, hurry up, because I know you about
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. It was on the edge. It was on the edge. It's going to go. All right. So, James, and this is a scenario.
Okay.
We're dating. We've been dating now for 6 months.
Okay.
During the 6 months, we've traveled together. We have went on dates. We've gotten pretty close over that time. So I come to you one day and I say, I need $100 to get my nails and my feet done. Okay. Now you've done things in the past, but they've always been what you choose to do. They've never been me asking you. What do you do for the $100? And then there's a second part. There's a part two.
If we've been dating for a year now,
I did say like 6 months. Let's say six
6
months.
months, that's still enough time. The minute you tell me you're going to get your nails done, you're getting the money for your nails. You ain't gotta ask for
Oh,
it.
thank you. Okay.
I don't know why you
So
asked that. You already
no,
knew that.
girl, listen, it's a part two. It's a part two. It's
Okay.
part two. Okay. So thank you. I am super happy. I'm all smiles. I am letting everybody in the world know, look, my man of 6 months has done this for me. So now I'm coming to you and I'm saying, listen, I think that every month you need to give me at least, okay, let me think. Human hair costs, we can get it for about $200 or $300. Nails, about nails and feet with some designs, maybe about 200 and some change. But I like to get my eyebrows done too. Got to get my eyebrows done because it helps my whole face. Everything comes together, and my lashes. So I think that you should come to me every month. You should give me at least, let's just say, $500 to keep these things up every month, babe.
Because you visual,
Because
babe.
because you're visual, and you have really loved to see me get these things done. And now when I come to you, this is after 6 months when you gave it. Now it's 7 months.
So now it's 7 months, and you asking me for 500, and you're saying you want
No, no,
this
no,
every
no.
month.
I'm saying we need to be on a monthly plan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want this every month.
Yes. Yes, like
So,
installments, like the light bill.
so my thing is, my response
She was.
would be, all right, babe.
No, 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 hold on, hold on. Don't even respond. Are your wheels turning right now?
No,
None at all.
none.
That's not
We need
alarming
we
to
need
you.
are your eyes is turning, so is your wheels turning?
I'm
Cuz your eyes is
thinking.
like this.
I'm
Like,
thinking.
what's going on here? Okay, so this is my idea. When you're thinking, what are some of the thoughts that will come to your head when this arises? Like, just vocally say what you would be thinking. What a man, not even you, let's generalize it. What would a man be thinking if this scenario came to him? He's been with this woman for 6 months. She asked him for money to get his nails done. She comes to him next month and says that she wanted to be on a monthly plan of what he can give her to get her whole shebang, to create the whole shenanay every month. Okay? What are some of the things that a man would be thinking? I'm not a man. But the first
So
thing would be what? Just name one thing.
the first thing that a man is gonna be thinking is, okay, how can we lower that price for them nails and that hair? There's
Okay.
gotta be somebody that
Nope.
I can send that to
All right.
that
So
can be a little bit cheaper
She
than
give
that.
me money
But
when
but
I'm
when I'm in
in
need,
cause
yeah,
there
she's
ain't
a
no way.
trifling.
There's gotta be somebody. There's gotta be
Okay.
need.
somebody.
Okay. So
But
my
now my
mind.
second thought, my
Okay. Go ahead.
second thought
Go ahead.
at that moment is if she is saying after one time of me automatically giving her the money, then she coming back to me and telling me
Monthly
she wants
plans,
it monthly.
monthly installments.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Maintenance.
yeah,
Yes, it's maintenance
yeah.
monthly.
Yes.
So what I would
Yes.
do is I would sit back. I'd be like, all right, cool, we can do that. And then I would tell her, but this is what I want monthly. I need my car washed monthly. You can pay for that, right? I need a new games for my PlayStation or my game system. You can pay for that, right? I need money for my haircut. I need money to get the new Jordans when they come out. You can pay for that, right?
Okay. So what the perfect. These
So
are the things going through your mind, and what I'm trying to the idea of it behind it is that man is ultimately thinking, is she using me?
is he here for me or for the money?
Is she here for me or the money? Let's just say it plain and simple. That is what he's
Hey,
looking
must be the
for.
money.
Right. That's what that's what he's those are one of the questions that he's asking. Is she here for the money? Right? So these are the things that y'all done make me miss my point here, child. This is Real Talk TV, y'all. So the idea behind the point was to just let you see that when as women and men have ideas about women and what they could be doing. I mean, just how men have ideas about women and how they are and what they're doing. Men can have the same thing, but we still have to proceed in the situation. We can't say, okay, well, she asked me for this, she asked me that. Is it a deal breaker? No, you kind of get through it. That's the reason for it. It's because your wheels are going to be turning. Your wheels are going to be making you. Women go through the same thing with men. Our wheels be turning.
I agree with that. I agree with that. So I think what it is at the end of the day, We have to make sure that we are treating each other the way that we want to be treated. Period. I think that's what it comes down to.
So this comment says we gotta
Sarah, you
pay.
on mute.
So this comment says we gotta pay for the troubles of others. I mean, I'm for it, but how long should I deal with it?
That's a good question. That's a real
Yeah,
good question.
that that
Because
that's boundaries right there. You gotta deal with
I
that. You
think
gotta.
for myself, I can honestly say I'm going to deal with it for a while. But after a while, I'm going to get tired of dealing with it. And I'm going to have to show you, like, yo, I'm not this dude. And you're not going to keep treating me as if I'm this dude. Then, after we have that conversation, if she still decides to treat me as if I'm that dude, then yo, I'm going to walk away just as that dude did. Because you can push a good man away, just as you can push a good woman away.
I think it depends on the situation and it depends on the levels of where you guys are. If you are in the talking stage, then you should let's see, how should I word this? You should be more reluctant to understanding that you're gonna get questioned. It's gonna be skeptical until things are put into a more permanent context. Now, if you are in a relationship and you don't talk for a while and all the things, and you're still paying for the past mistakes of somebody else, then that's a conversation that needs to be okay. Well, I can't keep da 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 da. But if you're just like talking or trying to figure things out, then of course the person's going to be skeptical because they don't have anything concrete to really like solidify. Okay, well, you are different because you've made your presence known X, Y, and Z in this way and have now committed verbally to being exclusive or whatever the case may be. And especially if you're in marriage, you definitely shouldn't be paying for, like, so it's levels to it, in my opinion. What you think, Tweet?
You said levels to what though? Are we talking
The
about?
answer the question as far as saying how long should they deal with paying for the troubles of past
Oh,
situations.
but you know what? I feel like even in a marriage, like it depends on how deep the trauma was. Because if the trauma was real deep like that, you can marry, child. You can be in a relationship with somebody and not realize how traumatized they are, or whatever, how deep whatever their last situation is, until you in the household every day with them. Then you start to see the little remnants of their issue, or how, like for instance, let's say trust. Trust is an issue that a lot of people have, both men and women. So you in a relationship with somebody and they tell you that they have trust issues. So what do you say? Okay, all right, I get that. You don't know how deep those issues are until he or she start coming home and touching the hood of your car to see if it's hot, to see if you just got in the house. Okay, been there. Okay. So what happens when you notice these things? And me personally, when I experienced it, I didn't know. I thought he was checking to see if there was something wet on the car. Somebody else had to tell me what he was doing. But what I'm saying to you is, you don't know how deep this situation was with the other person. For a man, you get into a relationship with a woman and she tells you she was in a relationship with somebody that was extremely controlling. You like, okay, I'm not controlling. Then you call her on the phone one day and you say, hey babe, where you at? And she be like, why are you asking me where I'm at? Or she flips out on you and you like, I only asked someone. That is her trauma coming out. And it may be a year later, 2 years later, engaged, married later. It's still going to come out because they have experienced it and it was traumatizing to them. And sometimes people don't know. Sometimes people don't know it's traumatizing to them. They don't know. There was things about me that I continue to do that I didn't realize came from my past experiences. Not necessarily traumatic, but it was a pattern that I had often experienced over and over again. So when I dealt with somebody that did not have that same pattern, it was weird because it was like they don't do this, they don't do that. Why aren't they doing these things? You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's a part of our life. And so we move on to other relationships and we drag it with us. That's why it is important to know a person before you get to a relationship. Different seasons. I need to know how you are when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're feeling insecure, when you're feeling confident. It's a lot of seasons. You may not know them all before you commit to this person, but you need to know that this person has a lot of seasons. Also, I believe it's important to talk to a person about their past. They don't have to give you word for word on what the last person did to hurt them or discredit them, or something a lot of men say, put them down. You don't have to know. They don't have to relive it all over again, but you need to have a conversation with them and tell them. You can tell them in a few words what happened in the last relationship. They constantly put me down. Okay. I'm not going to make you go through each and every relive every moment of it, but you need to let that person know what you experienced. The person that you're dealing with in the present or even in the future can know this is what that person experienced, and it can avoid some of those triggers because we all have them, whether we know that we have them or not.
It's harder to be in a healthy relationship more than it is a damaged one. And I don't think people understand that,
Hmm.
because a real good relationship is going to show you yourself. It's going to challenge you. It's going to stretch you. And that's how you know when you're in something that's beneficial for you, because just like God stretches you and he puts you in situations to grow you, to draw you closer to him, a good relationship does that too. Like a person will question you like, why you do that? You know you this, you know you that. If it's
Yeah.
dysfunctional, they don't care. They just gonna keep going doing what they're doing. But if a person is challenging you and they're telling you X, Y, and Z, or you see yourself, like you just said, you didn't notice certain things, like you notice certain things, like this person don't do that. That makes you change, like, okay, now I got to change my mental, because how I used to handle a situation, I can't handle that situation no more because I'm used to yelling, kicking, and screaming. Now I actually have to communicate. I have to actually think about my thoughts and my feelings. I have to actually have a grown up conversation. Like I can't just key and slash his tires. I got to actually tell him why I'm upset. Like a healthy relationship will definitely be harder than a damaged one. I think so.
I like that. I like that. That was super dope. That you stretched my mind with that one. I was sitting like a healthy one will make you stretch, and it's true. That is so true. It'll make you, Let me tell you something. I kind of I practice. One of the comments here says, "Tweet your dropping gems." I would ask, "What did you learn about yourself from the last relationship?" One of the things that I learned about myself was to, you know how somebody can tell you you're doing something wrong or you have a pattern of doing certain things, and you may hear it, but it's not registering. You be like, "No, I didn't do that for that. No, I did that because of no, that was." I always tell people, stop me then and there when I'm doing it, right in the middle, and say, "See, you see what you're doing right now?" Because otherwise, for me, it's not gonna register. Don't wait until after I'm finished doing what I do, or saying what I say, or going where I go, and then having a conversation with me about later. Sometimes you have to stop yourself. You have to be stopped or stop yourself dead in your tracks. It's kind of like, boom, you've been caught. You know what I mean? There's no way around it. And that worked pretty good for me because, when I was told that I did this or did that, if you stop me right in the middle of while I'm doing this and doing that and tell me about it, I ain't have no way around it because I'm red-handed. I'm right in the middle of it. There's no way around it. So that I found that, just to answer your question, K Global MC, that was what I did. That's something I learned about myself is you have to tell me about it right then and there. Don't wait till later.
What you got, James?
Man, this has been a great episode tonight.
Definitely.
Yo, 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 yo. This has definitely been good. We appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. We definitely do. We know it was a different day than what we normally go live, but like we said, we all have some things that we have going on this weekend, so we wanted to make sure that we still gave y'all a great live. If you are in the Cave City, Glasgow, Bowling Green, Nashville, Louisville area this weekend, swing on through Cave City, Kentucky at Orange Chapel Baptist Church at 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Web JHG3 Ministries is hosting an evening of gospel music, volume 6. This will be the 6th year of that concert. I am definitely looking forward to that. I have my good friends, God's Mighty Angels, in the building. I have my family, the Browns family, in the building. I have my sister, Miss Jaden Hayes, doing praise and worship. And I have none other than my good friend and my brother, Pastor Jeremiah Jordan, aka J.K. Jordan, MCing for us on that night. So y'all definitely don't want to miss that. And P.S. Y'all might want to be there because there will be an announcement that is made on that night about something else that is coming up. So definitely stay tuned. I'm excited, and I pray to see y'all there. I'll let my sisters talk now.
So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna thank everybody for tuning in and commenting. We know we have a lot of viewers that tend to watch the show and don't comment in. So super shout out to the ones that comment and partake. We love our viewers. We love y'all, and we want y'all to continue to stay tuned in. And yeah, don't be afraid to hit us up on the inbox and let us know if you have any topics or anything you want us to discuss, because we're pretty open to discuss a lot of things. So just hit us up about that.
All right, Sarah, it's on you.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming in and, like Tweet said, commenting and just rocking with us, because this is something that we just decided to do, spare of the moment, and it hit and it's sparking, and we just love y'all. And don't forget, I just want to reiterate this point. Monday, April 29th is a national holiday. It is your favorite Jersey girl's
She-Ra Renee Day.
Sarah.
It's
So I'm gonna
it's
need y'all to
nationally
just
She-Ra
holler
Renee
at
Day.
me. Yes, it's a national
Yes,
holiday.
yes.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yes. So y'all definitely don't forget that. And Sarah, matter of fact, I need you to do me a favor. I want you right now. What is your Cash App? So I can put it in the comments. What is that?
Let me
Drop
check.
them cash app.
No. Let me see. All right.
Send it to me in my inbox.
All right.
Y'all show your girl some love on her birthday.
For real.
Yeah.
Show her some love on her birthday.
For real. We love her over here on After Show Vibes.
Yes. And then what's even better than money? Y'all can subscribe to the channel. How about that? How about
You
that?
need to put that in the comments too.
Oh, I'm gonna put a YouTube link in the comments. Trust me, I got it.
Yes.
All right, I see
Subscribe
it.
to
I
the
see it.
channel.
I see it. So we're gonna put this up here.
Oh, duh. I could have did it with the banner, right? That's what I'm about.
No, I'm gonna put it in the comments.
Oh, okay, cool. They not gonna see it, but okay, cool.
No, I'm gonna put it in the banner too. So this is her Cash App, y'all. Let's go over and let's spoil our girl for real. Let's spoil her.
Yes. Spoil me. I like to be spoiled.
I'm gonna put it up here too. Let's spoil our girl for real. We love you, sis. Absolutely do. And we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
See y'all later.
Peace out.